Hi, I'm Bernie from Crafter's Companion. Today we're going to use our Mitre tool to add binding onto internal angles like this. So you're going to follow your instructions and it's going to tell you how long you need to cut your binding. We're going to place it raw edges together along the corner and just pop a pin to secure it. And then we're going to pin the other side. Again, raw edges together. We're now going to take our tool and we're going to mark the point of where we're going to stitch to. Now, with an internal angle, this is where we will use this line. So we've got the line here, and this line all the way around the tool is 1/4 of an inch away. So what we want to do is line up that line on the raw edges of the corner. So you can see how we've got it lined up there. And then this time on here, at the tip of that point of your chosen angle, you're going to draw your dot. I'm going to use our heat erasable pen, and this is where you're now going to stitch on your binding up to that dot on both sides. So let's do that now. So now we've got those stitched on. I'll do a tiny little bit of pressing. So I'll just get the mat. Again, this is all in the instructions, so don't worry that you don't need to remember what I've said today. So what we're going to do is fold over the binding up to that stitch line, not up to the raw edge. And we'll give that a press. And do that on both pieces of your binding. So we'll press one side, we'll turn it, and we'll press the other. Once you get into the hang of doing this, it's absolutely fab. It makes it so easy and so accurate as well. Just press that again. Now you need to get your marking tool ready. So we're going to use our heat erasable threaders pens, and we're going to take our tool and the pen, and with the long edge of the tool you're going to lay that on just that fold line that you've just created with the iron, and just draw a line. We'll do that on both pieces. Okay. So let's bring in the tool now and draw a line of where we're going to sew. So place the dashed line over that line that you've drawn, and then bring the tool back so that this stitch line, which will be the dot that you drew originally to start and stop stitching on your binding, is at the end of the tool. And then we're going to just draw that V shape. Now to prepare this for sewing, we just need to clip into that corner. So I'm going to take my little snips and we'll just open up the binding, and it's just in here, we just want to clip that little bit of corner on your project, not the binding itself. And that'll help us fold it so we can stitch it easier under the machine. So once you've stitched it down, we're then going to remove the pins. And we're going to trim this back to 1/4 of an inch, just carefully on the binding. Be careful not to clip your quilt top. So I'm just going to clip in. And it is worth taking your time, just making sure you don't catch those stitches. If you find you have got loose stitches as well, you can always reduce your stitch length on your machine. I like to use a 2mm on my machine. And then also I've just a little clip into that corner and just the corner off there. So now let's turn it through and see what it looks like. So once you've clipped it, you turn it over, you can see here, once you turn it over to the back, you've got that perfect angle. If I turn it over, you're going to put this down, you're going to press it, pin it, and then you're going to hand stitch around. So let me show you an example of where that's been finished. So look at this fabulous piece. So it shows how you can make items that are regular size and they're not just the plain square or rectangle. We've got the outside corners here and this is the internal corner. Turn it on the other side, you can see there how it's been hand stitched down. Perfect.